Hey, First United Methodist, it's Pastor Shannon here with our weekly update for June 18th. Well, this past Sunday in church, we began a new series for summer called A Psalm for Every Season. For thousands of years, the book of Psalms has been the prayer book for God's followers. It's been the road trip companion, the playlist of life for our spiritual journeys. So each week during the 6-week series, we are going to look at different genres or styles of Psalms. So last Sunday, we looked at Psalms of Praise and Psalms of Thanksgiving. And this next Sunday, we turn to kind of the second most frequent psalm in the book of Psalms, Psalms of Lament. But over the next few weeks, you can join us in our study of Psalms, not only by coming to worship, but actually by reading through the book of Psalms in about 40 days. So I've created a very handy, helpful reading guide where we will read about, 3 to 4 Psalms each day. I'll put a link to it in my weekly email, or of course, you can just pick up a hard copy when the next time you're at church. And, it sounds like a lot reading the whole book of Psalms in 40 days, but most days we'll only be reading about 3 or 4 Psalms, and you can knock them out in like 10 minutes or so. Maybe do a couple in the morning, a couple at night before you go to bed. I read through the first 3 during my daily devotions this morning, and it took maybe about 10 minutes or so. But praying through the Psalms or reading through the book of Psalms has been a spiritual practice both for Jews and Christians all over the world for centuries. So this is one way that we can join in with the church universal, the church around the world, and other followers of God as they pray the Psalms, as they spend time studying the Psalms. So I'm really looking forward to reading through the Psalms over the next 40 days. It's also a very busy time in our church. The second half of June is just packed full of stuff. There's so much happening over the next couple of weeks. So as you may have heard, this upcoming weekend is Waterfest, and we are still looking for a few more people to help out on Saturday at our misting tent, our church's booth. It's really easy. You just get to sit, near the cool water, pass out water bottles, talk to people, invite them to church if you feel so led. So it's a great way to get out into the community, meet some new people, and just get our church's name out into Excelsior Springs. We are also celebrating our church's 140th anniversary at the end of this month on June 30th. And so there's a few ways you can join in with this celebration. First, we need your help filling out our church's history timeline. If you go into the overflow room behind the sanctuary, you'll see a timeline of the last 140 years of our church's history. So if there are any particular God moments or special memories that you want to include on our timeline, I would encourage you to do so. So the next time you're at church or after church this upcoming Sunday, just pop in there and write a few God moments on that timeline. And the second way you can help out is by bringing food. Of course, as Methodists, the best way to celebrate an anniversary is through a potluck. So we will be having our fellowship dinner right after church on the 30th. You can bring either a main dish and or a side dish, and there's a sign-up sheet for that out in the foyer at the Welcome Center. And finally, we are still looking for some volunteers for a few key areas in our church, specifically for our coffee bar, for those who make the coffee that we love to drink on Sunday mornings, for our security team, and also our ushers. If you are interested in serving in any of these areas, connect with me. I would love to get you plugged in. Okay, I think that's all for now. There's a lot going on. I'm so grateful for all of you. I hope you have a great week, and I hope to see you at Waterfest this weekend.